In the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful. Professor Iqbal Malik here with this smart video. It is very much important because it deals with the matter of every youngster who is by one way or the other related to English language. This is the problem with our youth that they all the time seek guidance. Pity is that right from class 1 till graduation, English is being taught as subject, compulsory subject. But the result is that after having studied English for these long years, the student is unable to speak English. Whenever they come to me and they ask this question, then I immediately respond that how had they learned their mother tongue? By listening and then speaking. That is the natural way, the direct method. But here, the candidate or the student is so apprehensive that he loses confidence. He cannot come out of that fear, so he is hesitant. And then over consultation becomes a problem. He just asks a teacher here and then consults a teacher there. And if a teacher suggests a good book of English grammar and composition, all right, the book is always helpful. But here it becomes harmful. Because in that book, he learns different tenses, different uses of parts of speech and figure of speech and narration, and all these rules are there. Then he becomes overconscious. And now he is more careful about do not and does not. And if, unfortunately, a mistake is committed, it even increases the burden on his mind that he cannot speak English. At the end of the day, the result is, not desirable. I always suggest to the students that you speak. Speaking cannot be learned through swimming. If you want to speak English, if you want to be fluent in English speaking, that cannot be learned by speaking Punjabi. That cannot be learned by speaking any other vernacular. You will have to speak English. It is a habit building. If direct method is there, then you can very easily learn English. But first you will have to come out of that fear. What is required? You need a friend, a buddy, a person who is equally interested in speaking English. And then what is the mistake at this stage being committed by our youngsters? That they all the time plan it, and then they suppose plan that they would spend 1 hour, 2 hours for speaking English, and then they set a topic for that. And then if you don't have got proper sufficient data on that topic, you are not able to speak English. You are not able to speak on that topic. So that is the problem of the content, not the language. After having come out of that fear, you speak for the sake of speaking. If two students are roommates and they are equally interested in speaking English, and as long as they are together, they can speak English. By doing so, within days they would overcome that hesitation. And if the buddy is living away from you, then you can set a timetable of 2 to 3, 4, 5 hours according to your availability. Then you speak for the sake of speaking. For example, if there are two persons sitting at some cafe, do you think that they would remain silent? Definitely they would discuss certain things in their own language. So that discussion should be in English. For youngsters, I again suggest that you speak for the sake of speaking. In this way, you would come out of that fear. You would overcome the hesitation. So that is the major problem. Then for perfection, different gadgets are there. In this, the age of advanced technology. In olden times, it was in before 90s, it was a problem. A person has to wait for an English news bulletin on radio or television for listening good English of 15 minutes bulletin or more or less. But here, every time you are facilitated with these things through technology, that you can listen to good lectures, and then by listening, you can enhance your speaking. And speaking is learned through speaking again. So you speak for the sake of speaking first. In this way, you would come out of that fear and you would overcome the hesitation. And then you would, consult different other resources for perfection. For perfection, you will have to learn the rules and the grammar and the narration. All these things are there. But if you learn all these things and do not speak, then you become grammarian, not a good speaker. Initially, I would suggest you that damn care about do not or does not. You just speak, and if the person before you, he is understanding your point of view, language is okay. Then with the passage of time, you would definitely make perfection in your expression. So that's all for now. If you have got any problem, then put it in the comment section. In upcoming videos, I would deal with that point. Thank you so much for now.